Title: Baghdad's Brouhaha. New York Times boots bureau chief over paying local journalists extra. Was it worth it? TLDR. The New York Times bids adieu to its Baghdad bureau chief after an intense feud culminates over paying local journalists more than the paper's spending limit. What ignited the fire, and what does it mean for the future of fair pay? Disclaimer: the following article is not providing recommendations or advice on employment or legal matters. It is meant to inform and engage the reader in a way that's fun and thought-provoking. The clash over cash. We've all heard of office drama, but have you ever witnessed an international news feud that revolves around cash? Yes, you read that right. The New York Times, or the Grey Lady as some call her, has waved goodbye to its Baghdad bureau chief. The reason? Paying local journalists more than a whopping $150 a day. Hold up. Isn't paying someone more a good thing? Well, not when you're stepping on the toes of company policy. The firing is the climax of a feud that's been cooking for a while now. But who's right here? The big bad media giant, or the local hero fighting for her journalists? A fight for fairness or a misguided misstep? The battle over bucks wasn't just a sudden explosion. It appears to have been a slow-burning fire. But the real question here is, was the fight worth it? In a world where journalists are often underpaid and overworked, the decision to pay more seems noble. But should company policy be defied for a cause like this? Imagine this scenario: you're working in an office, you notice your colleagues from another department are underpaid, and you decide to pay them extra from the company's funds. Heroic? Maybe. Controversial? Absolutely. But would you do it? What's next for the Grey Lady? With the departure of the Baghdad bureau chief, the New York Times must now face the aftermath. Will this incident lead to a change in pay policy, or will it merely serve as a lesson to others who dare to challenge the system? The event has surely left a mark and raised questions about the power dynamics within a massive media organization. What about the local journalists who were at the center of the storm? Will they see a pay cut or get the fair treatment they arguably deserve? Conclusion: stirring the pot or simply unjust? In the grand scheme of things, the clash between the Baghdad bureau chief and the New York Times is more than just about money. It's about principles, ethics, and the never-ending debate on what's right and wrong. So, dear readers, what do you think? Was the Baghdad bureau chief in the right for fighting for fair pay, even if it meant breaking company rules? Or did she go too far, and the New York Times was correct in letting her go? Is standing up for what you believe in always worth the potential fallout, or should one always toe the company line? And here's the ultimate provocative, edgy question to leave you pondering: if you were in her shoes, what would you do?